News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A critical ruling last week lends confidence to the city's case against Mountain Water. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Monday, January 11th, 2016. It's chilly out there. It's clear and 7 degrees above zero. Roads in pretty good shape because we haven't had any snow the last day or so, but we are back in a stage 1 air pollution alert situation. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by the Mustard Seed Asian Cafe in Southgate Mall. Our top story this morning, a critical ruling by Missoula District Judge Karen Townsend removed the necessity for the city of Missoula to go to trial over the valuation of the Mountain Water Company. Mayor John Engen said on Friday because Judge Townsend ruled that several developers who were owed between $22 and $24 million by Mountain Water could be represented at the trial, the city decided the trial itself was unnecessary.
We elected to withdraw our appeal of the commissioner's valuation. We originally appealed that valuation number based on our concerns that local folks, that is developers and individuals who may have extended money for infrastructure and were owed for that infrastructure.
Engen said it was Judge Townsend's ruling that precipitated the city's action to call off the trial.
Judge Townsend, through an order this week, clarified that for us, and we believe that we're ready to move forward based on Commissioner's value and let Judge Townsend continue to do the work that she's done over time in helping us through this process.
City Attorney Jim Nugent said a coming Montana Supreme Court necessity ruling could be the trigger to make the final dominoes fall and allow the city to declare victory in its effort to force the sale of Mountain Water. An inmate is facing an assault with a weapon charge after being accused of beating a fellow inmate at the Ravalli County Detention Center. The Missoulian newspaper reports 35-year-old Rachel Lee Welty of Stevensville appeared in court Friday on the felony charge. Her bail was set at $10,000. Welty had been in jail for a probation violation and a revocation of a suspended or deferred sentence when she allegedly began fighting another inmate. Court documents say Welty started the fight because she believed the other woman was responsible for putting her and her husband in jail. Welty's accused of slamming the woman's head into a bedpost, punching her, and pushing her against a door. The fight, which was caught on video, was broken up by detention officers. Missoula County Coroner's Office late last week released the name of a teenager who died from injuries sustained in a one-vehicle crash that occurred Wednesday evening. 15-year-old Arthur Abe Lauder was pronounced dead Thursday at St. Patrick Hospital in Missoula. Spokeswoman for Missoula County Public Schools, Hatton Littman, said that Abe Lauder had recently transferred from Valley Christian to Big Sky High School and that grief counselors are available to any student who may desire one.
We also make sure that we provide the support necessary for the staff and the students in the school or in any other school that knew the individual.
Littman said counseling is standard procedure whenever there is a death in the student population.
Our standard procedure is to provide rooms and areas of support for the students and the staff in the school. We add additional counselors from other high schools when necessary, as well as look out for resources in the community, such as Tamarack Grief Resources, to provide support in the school as well.
Abe Lauder's twin sister sustained non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to make a full recovery. She attends Valley Christian School. Abe Lauder's funeral will be at 10 o'clock this morning at Zootown Church, located behind Paradise Falls. A 23-year-old Montana man charged with drunk driving in a crash that killed a Nebraska physician has pleaded guilty to vehicular homicide. The Flathead Beacon reports Matthew Michael Hollow of Columbia Falls entered his plea last Friday, stemming from the June 6 death of 68-year-old cardiologist Timothy Fangman of Omaha. Prosecutors say Hollow was intoxicated when he drove his pickup truck head-on into Fangman's SUV north of Columbia Falls. Hollow's blood alcohol level after the crash was 0.143%, above the legal limit of 0.08%. In exchange for the guilty plea, prosecutors will recommend a 30-year prison term with 20 years suspended. Missoula County Attorney's Office has finished totaling the number of criminal cases it dealt with in 2015. County Attorney Kirsten Papp said the year was very similar to 2014.
The year in review, we filed almost 1,700 new criminal cases over the past year. We've got about that many pending and open. That rate is about the same as 2014. It hasn't changed significantly, but what we've seen change is the kind of crimes and sort of the motivations behind some of these trends.
PAPS said there were spikes in many categories of crime, including meth, child abuse, and family member assault, but said it was not easy to find big drops in other types of crimes.
We haven't been able to identify huge declines in areas. What we're seeing is a much lower priority put on marijuana, shift towards methamphetamine, where we're hoping we'll get more bang for our buck. Meth seems to be an underlying current in a lot of the various spikes that we're seeing, including child abuse and neglect.
There's an increase in the number of civil litigation and an expansion in the Special Victims Unit. The changeover in downtown Missoula is nearly complete from the older manually operated parking meters to the new automated Luke system. Interim Parking Commission Chairman Jeff Badnock has details.
The system is fairly intuitive. It tells you what to do. The units take credit cards and they take coins. They don't take pennies and they don't take dollar bills, but you can pay with a debit card, a credit card, or coin.
Badnock said the meters feature new technology, and the average user might need a little help feeding the new meter.
It's a new system, and it's kind of technology-based, so of course people are going to be a little bit intimidated by it. But yes, it's possible to go on YouTube, for example, and there's a little tutorial on YouTube. If users just go to Missoula Parking Commission, they can find it.
Badnock said any parking meter officer or employee at one of the parking garages will be happy to provide instruction on the new meters. Air quality in Missoula deteriorated over the weekend, resulting in an announcement by Ben Schmidt of the City-County Health Department.
That weak weather system that came through was unfortunately followed by another high-pressure ridge, which is creating stagnant air. We got some weak inversions that have formed up, and they'll probably get a little stronger tonight. Fortunately, this should be short-lived. While we are in a Stage 1 alert now, we expect to be able to call this one off by Tuesday.
Schmidt said the alert may not last long, but it still carries restrictions on using wood-burning stoves or fireplaces.
Right now, the only restrictions are that for wood stove burning are inside the air stagnation zone. So those people who have a Stage 1 air alert permit, which are pre-existing before 1994, can still use their wood stoves. Everyone else should start moving over to another source of heat for their home.
Last week, an inversion brought Missoula from a Stage 1 to a Stage 2 alert. Our News Talk time, 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Patchy fog in the Missoula Valley this morning, and the cold air settling in the valleys will keep it chilly. We will see sunshine in the afternoon, but a high of only 26. I'm meteorologist Matt Gray for the NBC Montana Severe Weather Alert Team.